In this video of 10 best tips for a healthy marriage, I want to take you back to something I heard many years ago by a guy named Bayless Conley. And he took the 10 commandments of marriage and then made those as wedding vows. Because as much as anything, they are wedding vows from God to his people. So we're going to go through each of those really quickly. Hang tight with me, and then feel free to share this with someone else. Number 1, you shall have no other gods before me. God is saying, I want an exclusive relationship with you. I want to be your one and only. In marriage, it should be the same thing. Be exclusive to your one and only. Don't shop anywhere else. Stick to one model. Number 2, don't make images of me and then worship them. Don't love or worship a substitute for me, he is saying. No substitutes in marriage. Find your fulfillment in that relationship. A substitute could be work, the kids, travel, school, friends, pornography, or money. Number 3, don't take the name of the Lord your God in vain. So in marriage, meaning don't speak insincerely, with empty words, or without due respect. In marriage, speak well of one another. Whenever you speak flippantly of someone, it weakens your respect towards them. It doesn't change them, it changes your attitude towards them. There are only a few things that can affect a marriage like words. Learn to build one another up with your words. Be lavish with your praise. Bayless Conley was talking to a marriage counselor on the power of words. He had some coupling advice. We have couples come in who have already made up their minds on divorce, who have tried everything. The husband sits on one side of the couch with the wife on the opposite side of the couch. First, he has them face each other and say one good thing about their spouse. Then they go home and work on giving their spouse 3 compliments a day. Look one another in the face and say something that you like about them 3 times a day. The counselor said, Bayless, it works like magic. We've seen couples come in on opposite sides of the couch and see this work again and again, where they come back in arm. It is so incredibly important that we learn to speak the right kind of words to each other. Number 4, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Sabbath means to lay down your work, have an intermission or rest from your labor. The word holy means to be separate for God. In order to have a healthy, growing marriage, time together is crucial. Having exclusive time that you set aside for each other won't happen unless it's planned. Number 5, honor your father and your mother. God is saying you must be grateful. We need to say thank you in our marriage. If we don't vocalize gratefulness, they won't know it. Find something you can praise them for and vocalize it. Number 6, don't murder. Anger erodes relationships. If you are dating someone and they explode when someone cuts them off the road, take it as a warning sign. If you have a temper, get it under control, or the devil will control you through it. Number 7, you shall not commit adultery. With God, this is where we put other things before him. That's called spiritual adultery. In marriage, be faithful in your action as well as your thought life. 3 ways to affair-proof your marriage. You need 1, affirming communication. In the Song of Solomon, Solomon compliments his bride in the area she felt most insecure. Shower your spouse with compliments and lavish them with loving words regarding their insecurities. And then he goes on to say, if you are not building up your spouse, the devil will try to send someone else to do it. The second way to affair-proof your marriage is through companionship. Get away together and invest in your relationship with unhurried time. Number 3, the third way to affair-proof your marriage is through closeness with God. Draw close to God. Joseph's relationship with God was at the forefront of his mind when he was being tempted. Number 8, you shall not steal. A focal point in any marriage is the integrity of your spouse. Character builds reputations. What do you think stealing does to a reputation? Number 9, don't bear false witness. Be truthful. Honesty and truth are at the forefront of any relationship. If you are looking for a spouse and find someone who will lie for their own personal gain to let someone else take the fall, they will not make a good marriage partner. Number 10, you shall not covet. Don't make what you don't have the focus of what you think you need. Learn to appreciate your spouse and their strengths. Don't measure up your spouse to anyone else. They are a blessing to you. Treat them as that. Remember the vows of when you got married. They may have gone something like this: forsaking all others, for richer or for poor, in sickness and in health, all those types of things. If the grass looks greener on the other side of the fence, try watering your own grass. Conley finishes the teaching by saying, maybe you've been through 3 divorces. Don't let it happen again. Learn from your past and sow these seeds of life into your future or current relationship. If you are married and going through struggles, don't fall into the trap of thinking my spouse needs to change for it all to be better. This may be in part true, but you need to be the change to win them over. Here are a couple great marriage quotes. Dave Willis said, being frustrated with your spouse isn't a good reason to get divorced, any more than being frustrated with your children is a good reason to put them up for adoption. And then Mignon McLaughlin said, a successful marriage requires falling in love many times, always with the same person. Have a blessed marriage and look forward to seeing you again soon.